Hi there, I'm Hedgehog and welcome to the Mod Farm. Every episode, a new mod or part of a new mod. Are you ready? Let's go! And welcome back. Now it is day 10, it is 6:30 in the morning, but let me start off with showing off everything that I've done in between the two episodes, because it's day 10 in the meanwhile, which means there's been a while. The good thing there is I did manage to stock up on some of the seeds and some of the crops. Now these are all the trees nicely set up in an orchard, but that is fairly nice and organized now. Good. Now, I've left the two white oaks on either side of the entrance, even though that means that we can't see the entrance here into Hedgehog's mod farm. But so be it. The trees are nicer. And if we look here on the right, you can see all the crops have nicely been sorted, organized, replanted, and they actually grew again. I've also put some corn in the middle, some potatoes, some hops. Some of that we might need some of it just to make it look nice. And here I've got the sorghum plants as well as the wheat. Now, and I've added quite a bit of that because we do need a lot of it. Then we have rye and all the others. But let me head up because it is the episode of Farmlife V3 and we're going to go for a livestock. I also did use my time fairly wisely. Look at that, I've already refurbished this entire floor. Here we can see the brew cooker materials, the station materials, and the recipes for brewing, because right in here we have the brewery. Now, it is still empty because we still need to make whatever equipment goes in there. But first we go up one floor. Here, that is episode 1 for crops and trees. That's all nice and fancy looking. Look at that. Nice view out of the window here with the orchard over there and the crops right there. What do we go here for episode 2? Now we've got 5 different quests. Let's put these 2 at the bottom. This one is basics for livestock. That is all the way at the end, and the same is the way to fish. Because first we're going to need cattle feeds, chicken feed, and fish pellets. But before we're going to start with that, let's head down, 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 down. One further down. There we go. And let's hop onto our motorcycle. Now, I did get dressed for the occasion because I was still running around in underwear, helmet, and I think that was it. So we are now nicely dressed. I still need the motorcycle in either orange, blue, or ideally both colors, but now that's the nice road I managed to lay down, and that's going to take us right here. And we make a nice left turn here. There we go. Let's open up, and let's open up even more. Now, as you can see, there's also some storage already on this side. Here we have some more storage. We've got some kitchen utensils. I've got a workbench and a forge. And then this is where we're going to have all our livestock. This is for the veal. Then we have on the right side here, that's going to be for the Angus, the Holstein. This is going to be for elk and pigs. Then we head out of the door here. That's where we're going to put down our chickens in here. And it's going to go down. And let's pick up the lanterns because it is really, really bright at the moment. There, that's better. And switch off my headlight because I had that on. Okay, and down here we're going to have the ponds for the salmon. There. So let's head inside. Let's see what we need to do for our chicken feed and cattle feed. Let's read. Let's see what we need. Find all the ingredients for cattle feed. Yeah, I figured. We need 2 buckets of water, hay bale, sorghum, and wheat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. With that, we ought to be able to make a nice stack of cattle feed. And then let's pick up some nice set of buckets. There we go. Let's sort those containers. And there we already have some. I did already prepare some, but let's have a look. Cattle feed, how much can we make? We can make 35. There we go. And the rest of the ingredients go back up here in the box. Of course, nicely sorted. That's how we just are. there. Okay, well, that's going to take a little bit of time. Then next up is going to be chicken feed. What do we need for that? We need, again, water, ears of corn, sorghum, and wheat. Now, a lot more corn. It makes sense. That is 10, 20, 30. That is 40. Okay, so let's also start cooking that. Feed, chicken feed. Yeah, 40 of them. 1 minute and 20 seconds. And the rest of it goes back. Nope, not the feed. Oh, that is why. And that is chicken feed. Good. So that goes right in there. So we have a nice stack of cattle feed already on the way. And here we have the chicken feed, which is on the way, which means I get to read the next one. Find all the ingredients for fish pellets. Now, that's a lot, and that's why we needed to do all the way on the other side our crops first. So you first need to start with your crops, then you need the livestock, as in the cows and the pigs, because as you can see, we need ground beef and ground pork. Now, to grind it, we also need the kitchen, which is going to be at the other farm, not at the livestock farm, but at the main farm. But of course, I did prepare it, so it is already nicely sitting there. Now, all this we can grow ourselves, and even those two we can already manage because we will be having the livestock before we're going to have the fish. But these ones, the salmon roe, it is the most challenging part. Let me collect all to get, because in the beginning you can only get it through looting, which means you need to start hunting down and you need to find it before you can start with your salmon pond. Now let's have a look here, because for the fish pellets there's actually 3 steps involved, and the first one is going to be use the veggie attachment on the KitchenAid. Now here we have the KitchenAid, which means fish pellets. Step 1, 50 of them. Okay, let that cook. It's stacked, right? Yeah, perfect. And I have some already, so let me just quickly get these 5 out of there. Then let's do step 5. Step 2, there's 5 of those as well. And I'll just put everything else back in here. There, that is ready. And then eventually the last step should be in here. What do I still need for that? I need the salmon roe for that. There. There we go. Now, 5 of the fish pellets is going to make us 100 in actual. They stack in 20. There. Okay, so now we have the fish pellets, we have the chicken feed and the cattle feed. Let me put all that nicely in there. What did I do with the chicken feed? Did I put it in here? No. Or is it just still... It is still sitting in there. Okay. Now, next up is going to be basic livestock. Let's have a look. Learn how to raise livestock for food, get a pitchfork and some cattle. Let's have a look. What do we need for a pitchfork? Because that's going to be the most used. 16 forged iron and 10 wood. Okay, so I want forged iron and we need 16 of them. And then I need wood. How much wood do I need? Only 10. There, the rest can go back in there. Then in the meanwhile, let's read our way to fish. Learn how to raise fish for food. Get a pitchfork and some fish pellets. Okay. That's what we're already working on. Okay, so the forged iron should be ready. There we go. And we also have the wood on us. Yes, so let's go here and let's make ourselves a pitchfork. It's going to take us a massive 3 seconds. There we go. So that is ready. And then let's pick up the fish pellets. Cattle feed. We'll carry some chicken feed with us as well. There we go. Now we need to gather a salmon pond. And for the salmon pond, yeah, there's a lot we can make with it, but we need 100 concrete mix and 10 buckets of water. Now, we can pick up the water. And we make a salmon pond. There we go. Now, we need to place it. And here, I already had a couple prepared. Okay, now they're going to fit exactly there. That is 2. And 1 more to go. And that is 3. Now, and all we need to do in order to put fish in there. See, we put it down and there's water in there. There we go. We need to, so to say, upgrade it with the pitchfork. As long as you have fish pellets with you, that is going to take care of that. Now, the growing of crops is back to normal speed. I did increase, though, the growing speed of the livestock and fish. Because otherwise, again, we're going to be here until Christmas next year. Okay, so that was the salmon part. Let me now quickly switch to the other quest. Place a pen. What do we need? Let's activate that. Gather in Hungry Angus pen. Okay. What do we need for... well, if we search hungry, that is all the livestock. Not the fish, but the livestock we can get. But we need the first one. We need 120 forged iron, 200 plant fibers, 1 feeding trough, and a bucket. Now, here we have the water bucket. This is full of buckets. There is loads and loads and loads of iron in there. But I did already prepare them because it's going to take quite a bit of time in order to make all of these. Okay, so let's get those all in the hotbar except for a veal. And this is going to be, we have first the Angus, then we have the Holstein, then we have the elk, and then we have the pigs. Okay, let's start placing them. Now, the placing looks a little bit funny. As I said, it looks a little funny. Because some of the boundaries disappear into the wall. And it is very challenging sometimes. There, that is 2. That is 3. And that is 4. And the last one. There we go. Nicely done. Now let's get the elk up here as well. Nope, you'll have to be looking that way. No, you should be looking this way. Now, and if you look carefully, as soon as I place it down, because they don't have food yet, they basically want to lie down. So they tip over. I mean, the animation there is kind of fun. And the last one. Oof. Poke. Okay, now let's get walking bacon down there. That is one. I'm not too sure I'm happy with a wolf right now. Oh no. That is why we like the insta-kill pistol. Okay, so that is all of those down. Then we now take our veal. Let's get the baby cows down here as well. One. And two. Hopefully it fits. There we go. 3 and 4. And then we grab our pitchfork again and we do the same thing over and over. Just hit all the cows with the pitchfork. Apparently that's giving them food. Here, now you have food. Now you can stop lying down. Okay, now, bacon. Here we have the salmon swimming around. And then last but not least, definitely not least, these ones are loads easier to place. Our chickens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, and the last one. There we go. That is a chicken coop. Now let's give them some food. There. Okay, so all of them have something to eat now. Let me then go back and basically put back whatever leftover food we have. No, that was in the wrong one. That was in the right one. And then I'll just put that one in there. And there I already have a pitchfork, but now we have to. Okay, so now basically it is waiting now for them to be finished eating. Eat. Let's grab our pitchfork. Since we started off with the salmon, let me pick up some fish pellets and let's take the pitchfork and let's have a quick peek. He's still swimming, happy. But here, look at that. Now, this is a full salmon pond. That is how we want to have them in order to get the salmon out of it. Now let's butcher them with a knife, and look at that, we even get fish pellets for it back. Some seaweed. Very nice. Now, like this again, it is empty. So all we do now is we have fish pellets on us, so we upgraded again, and we have a new salmon in there. And in the meanwhile, we're carrying some whole salmon, some salmon roe. We have some seaweed with us, and we get our buckets back, which might not sound like a lot, but you use a lot of buckets for your feed, and making buckets takes a lot of time. So that you get them back is nice. Now, let's upgrade it straight away again. Let's have a look at that. The last one now is also done. Nope, not yet, so we'll wait for him to be fully grown. So I'm just quickly making a round to make sure that everything is going according to plan, and we actually forgot something. Well, not we, me, I. The poor veal. I mean, they already look so skinny, and then we didn't give them any food. Well, I did. But let's quickly feed the veal. Okay, now I already see the first one, this one, the elk, is already finished eating, but his friends over there are still eating. So let's wait for the rest of all the livestock to finish eating, and then we shall come back to butcher you. Okay, and there's more and more heads I see bobbing up. As soon as they start looking up, see, this one's still looking down. That means he's still eating. This one's already looking up. That means they're done eating. The Holsteins here as well. 2 of them are done eating. 2 of them are still eating. Let's have a quick peek here. The elk, there's still only 1. Mr. Walking Bacon, this one is done eating. He is also done eating. But let's first head down into our fish ponds to pick up our last salmon. There. Now, give me fish pellets, because I actually do need them. Nope. Okay, then I need to pick up some again because I already emptied my inventory. There we go. We upgrade it back to a new salmon. Now, the chickens are mostly done as well. So let me now. There is a system here. Whenever you butcher the animal, so to say, they will give you items. Now, in case of the salmon, he's going to give you, of course, salmon roast, some whole salmon, seaweed, and sometimes you get fish pellets, which is good because that's going to help you get your feeding for the next round back up. You also get back your buckets, so I put them back into my crate for buckets. Now, let's go and butcher the Angus, and then I can explain you the other part. Now, my inventory here is empty, so I take my knife. There we go. I butcher him. That is the first one of my buckets coming back. And as soon as you butcher it, it goes back to being a hungry Angus. But if I now look at my inventory, I get the Del Moncito, I get the rump roast, I get the porterhouse. I got some cattle feed back, but I also get animal fat and bones. Now, what you also get sometimes is you get some nitrate. So this is the box where I have the vanilla items. Because, well, this is all that you get. I mean, you get eggs, you get clay soil, bones, animal fat, nitrate powder, and of course feathers from the chickens. And that I do because once we get to the stage of cooking, we do not have the issue that you need to start running back and forth. Because if you only need the items that you get through the Farmlife mod, then you don't need to search through all your vanilla items. Okay, so let me slaughter the rest of the Angus. I might actually have gotten the feed from completing the quest. I don't know. Okay, let's straight away take care of the Holstein as well. Now, the Holstein is mostly giving me milk. Do we need the milk? Yes, we do. That's why we have the fermenter bench. Oh, you've finished eating. Good. Let me slaughter you. And then let me feed you. Okay. Now, let me quickly have a look here. No. Let me take a butcher. Let me take a hunting knife. Maybe the hunting knife goes a little faster. That one's still feeding. Not really. And I actually think I get less milk for it than using this. Yep, definitely. I still have feed for 4 with me. Definitely get more milk out of a cow with the machete than with a hunting knife. Here, now let me take some more cattle feed. And let's also take some chicken feed. No, not yet. Oh, the last one is now finished eating too. Okay, so here I have beef and veal. And milk goes in there, and this goes back to vanilla again. There we go. Okay, let's go for the elk. Okay, that's going to take it to this. So let's. Yeah, now this is going to give me leather. And of course, the elk. Ah, he's still eating. He was a skinny. Okay, Mr. Bacon. Hello, Mr. Bacon. Can I have some bacon and some ham? Pork ribs, very nice. Yeah, this is definitely a nice angle to stand, because when he is finished with the last hit, he actually tips over. Look, wait, oop. And there we go. You finished eating now too? Okay. Okay, so he is fed as well. Here we have it for pig and elk. Now, the elk gives a lot of meat, as in a lot of meat. Also quite a bit of leather and bones, but meat mainly. Okay, cattle feed, that can go back in. I now have 30 buckets to put back. And we are now off for chickens. Let me take some chicken feed. And let's pick up some feathers and eggs. do need to aim at the chicken so you see the name of it. If you don't do that, you'll be destroying the blocks underneath it. I know that from experience. Yes, I do. There we go. That is all the eggs and chicken. Now let me give them some food again. Here. Hungry chicken. There. Okay, so all of them have been fed. All of them are eating again, except for the veal. But first, let's head to this corner again. And here we have the chicken and fish. So we have chicken breast. We've got chicken wings. We have whole chicken. Vanilla. Okay, so we have a lot of eggs. A lot of eggs. And besides that, we have some chicken fritters. And some more buckets. There we go. Now, the growing speed of the animals is about 10 times longer than what you've seen here in this mod, because we started building everything on day 10 at 6:30 in the morning, and it is now 9:20 in the evening, and I'm already butchering them. So I've sped it up about 10 times. Also, I have 3 of each of the animals just because it makes it look nice here in my farm, because if I would only have 1 of each, it would look very, very small. But for actually raising the animals for in-game, if you're alone, 1 of each is more than enough in order to get your food of it. I mean, can I feed him? Yeah, let me feed him too. There. Okay, now let's have a look at my inventory. From these 4 veal, I got 73 veal and 20 calf stomach. Now, I don't know what I need the calf stomach for yet, but let's have a look here at the veal recipes, ground veal. That means I can make 73 ground veal. And if you make 1, you get 2 of them. So 73, 140, 146. And you need 5. Yeah, you need 5 ground meat usually per meal. So look at that. I mean, meatballs, you need some breadcrumbs. That we still need to have a look at. 1 egg. Well, we've got hundreds of eggs. 10 ground veal. So that is 5 pieces. So if I have 1 piece of veal and 1 chicken, I need to see how I get the breadcrumbs and the salt and pepper. But that we'll do when we go to the kitchen episode, and we'll do the rest of the cooking there as well. But you can see you get a massive amount of food from just having 1 of the animals. So definitely Farmlife V3 mod, livestock management, absolutely recommended from my side. Now let me get rid of the bucket. That can go back in here. Then I'll put the hunting knife in there just to get rid of it. Farming tools, I'm going to put the pitchfork as well as my machete in here. And then I have my veal that goes there, and so does the calf stomach. I'll put the ground veal in there just because I can. And then the bones and the animal fat in there. Eventually, we have the cattle feed up in there. Okay. And that's all for this mod for today here on the mod farm. Thank you very much for joining. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and for those wanting to support, you can do so on either Patreon or on tghedgehog.com. Follow me on Facebook. All links are in the description, and I see you next time till we meet again.